So I wasn't interested in any of the action figures from the Gundam Infinity line because, well, they looked pretty cheap to me for the price. And then I saw them at the Dollarama for $5. So I couldn't get the entire line. It's only three waves or three series of figures. And, well, I don't think they're going to do any more because they're at the dollar store. So this is the Artemis, Gundam Artemis. It was kind of like the mascot of Gundam Breaker Mobile, which is, I guess, when this game came, figure line came out. And it's just the Destiny and the X, Gundam X together. It looks okay. Not a big fan of that weird pastel color for the green. And the head, well, it's definitely Destiny. We're going to see some of the heads are a little weird. That one's not too bad. And the paint's okay too. At the joints are weird. They painted the front of the elbows and the front of the knees. The back of the knees, but not the back of the elbows. That's going to be a changing feature throughout the line. And I'm only going to go over articulation this guy because, well, they're all the same. It's basically a swap, like part swap everything, like the actual game where you could swap the different limbs and heads and all that stuff. So, ball joint in the head, ball joint in the shoulder, soft ratchet in the elbow. Don't ask me why. Ball joint in the wrist. It is a ball joint in the waist, but they're so tight and close together, it's a swivel. And depending on how thin and long these skirts are, will depend on how much your leg can move. And the knees, they also have a soft ratchet. And the ball jointed ankles, kind of like the skirts, how big the ankle armor is will depend on how much of your tilted you can get. I also find that some of the figures don't get a lot in terms of accessories, and this guy comes with a cannon and that's it. Now you do have to kind of parts form it if you want to have the cannon look like it's firing. So you gotta pop that off. You're gonna have to rotate the panels, and hey, they painted metallic silver on the satellite panels. That's nice. I wasn't really expecting that. I figured that they'd be a lot cheaper, but they did it. Maybe that's why it didn't get any like beam rifles or anything, because they had to splurge for the silver. Who knows? And yeah, these come apart rather easily. But it was here before. Now it's going to be in the middle for firing because we want to get that peg up here straight up. And now it'll look like it's firing its satellite cannon. So it's okay. I mean, it could have come with more, and it did come with one more thing, because the first wave of figures came with parts to collect and connect a Zaku 2 mass production type. And this one looks pretty good. Yeah, the little black on the snout looks good. The eye is pretty good considering pink over black. So yeah, we got that started. And hey, if you want, you can swap. They really should have given this to the Zeta Gundam. Wouldn't that have been funny? Because they never did a Zeta Gundam, but you know, Zeta Zaku, that kind of makes sense. So that's the first one. And then the second one in the line was the Granddaddy, RX-78-2. And why are his hand covers white? When did that happen? There must be some kind of reference to that. Is it in the game? I don't remember. But they're always supposed to be gray, and other ones have gray, at least one. So it's weird. Head is also okay. It's not terrible, it's not crazy, it's okay. And you might say there's a lot of paint going on, but really, a lot of this is molded in plastic. And that's just more white. I like the fact they molded in the little panel you're supposed to take off the high grade in order to put the clip to put the bazooka. It doesn't come with a bazooka, but I like the molding in there. Just funny. And it gets quite a few accessories. You got a shield, which is all molded in, so they didn't have to paint it. No hole in the back. You think they want you to have it stored, but I guess because other figures don't have holes in the back, because you'll notice a lot of them, I think all of them have holes in the arms. Also comes with the beam rifle. And a beam saber, which you're going to start noticing a lot of the accessories get a very, very gummy. This one's not too bad because it's a thick beam saber. And for this guy, for your collect and connect part, you get the arms. And I think I know why they did this. The box art of that stupid Gundam Breaker game, New Gundam Breaker, that is, I hate it. I hate it so much. Ugh, it is so bad. Like, the other ones are so much better. But it does make sense, even though it was already out and no one liked it, but hey, it was an interesting idea. And the next one should be the Wing Gundam, but it's one of the three I couldn't find. It comes with the legs of the Zaku 2, so that's annoying. He's going to have to skip leg day. But the next one would be the Astray Red Frame. And damn, that V-fin Look at that V-fin go. Are you trying to be the Astray Dragon? Like, oof, that's some crazy. Need to shave that. But the rest of the head looks okay, and the rest of the body is pretty good, considering Astrays are very intricate in terms of their part separation. And they did an admirable job. And it comes with even more stuff. You've got the shield, granted kind of boring, no red. You get an Astray beam rifle. And finally, of course, it's the red frame, so it has to come with its signature katana, the Gabur Straight. And they did the red here, but it's just colors, not paint, and nothing here. I like the gold on the hilt, and that's all you get. It's the gold hilt. And the reason for that is because they actually give you another katana, a full katana with some gold and silver paint. And we're getting that gumminess goo. Yeah, look at that. That's some nice bendage. But it's just to kind of make it look like you can take it out of the sheath. So you have this one in, you know, and then take it out in the hand. You can have that. It makes sense. Was it necessary? I mean, could they have done a little bit more paint, at least on the shield? Yeah. And then you take the, I think it's the pommel. So, while it was kind of unnecessary to do this, I like the effort. I like the thought. It makes sense, right? So it looks like it's being used. And they did give you the biggest part of the Zaku too, the torso. Well, I mean the legs, I guess whatever. But yeah, it does have the ball jointed waist there. It looks good. Got a little bit of color going on in the pipes. I like that. And that's as far as we're going to be able to go. So let me just put him together. These ball joints, like playing with this gimmick, it gets easier as you go, but the first few times it is super tight. Like you gotta really horse down on these and hope that nothing snaps or crackle pops or anything. And you got your legless Zaku, your battle damaged Zaku, if you were. And the next one would be the Barbatos, but that's the other one I don't have. And that wouldn't be so bad because when you see one of the next few figures, you don't really need the Barbatos if you're trying to make a Zaku. But that's it for Series 1. Now Series 2 also has the third and final figure I couldn't find, the Death Scythe. And after Series 1, no more Build-A-Figure parts, so that's done. That lasted a long time. But the next figure in Series 2 would be a Gundam Exia, which at first glance looks okay. But man, I don't know if they're all like this, but that head, what happened? You didn't get smushed all the way in that helmet. They painted the cheeks, and they painted the condensers on the head and the arms, but nothing on the arm, or the head and the torso, but nothing on the arms and nothing on the legs. I like the gray here though, that's nice. And the back is Astray. Now they don't give you much here in terms of accessories. You got the shield, which they just molded it in color, so that's okay. And the GN sword, which is very boring looking, but I really was surprised when I found out the blade could actually move. It's a very thin blade. I was kind of disappointed on how this goes onto the arm, but considering you gotta follow the play gimmick, take it into the side of the arm, there's no handle and no gray. So it's easy. It's probably one of the easier connections to do the GN sword, but it looks a little weird. There's nothing there, just empty space like my head. So it's alright. I would have liked some beam sabers, maybe a long and short sword, considering no Build-A-Figure and, you know, not the most amount of paint. Ah well. Next we have the Char Zaku 2, so you can see why I wasn't really concerned about the accessory part. But it looks good. It looks about as good as the other. Aside from mine, hopefully just mine, that snout, that gray, did not go on properly at all. But Zaku 2s are known for a lot of paint, so it's not too bad. Oh, and in case you didn't notice, the joint issue. This one, paint on the front, not on the back. Did the elbow. Astray doesn't count. Exia, paint on the front, not on the back. So just keep that in mind. Zaku 2 doesn't have any. I mean, I guess it's not a big deal. So let's look at the accessories. It has quite a few. Machine gun's a little pliable, especially at the barrel. Not that bad. And it looks good. It has some nice detail. The bazooka is pretty good. It's I don't know why this one, it feels like an eraser, but it's weird. I like the fact that the handle is like automatically bent, so you don't have to worry about it looking weird when the arm is up like that. So that's good. And then finally, a really gummy axe. Yeah. So it's nice that it has a lot of accessories, just that none of them, like not all of them can fit in the hand. But that's where the Zaku 2 comes in. The mass production type. You can give one of the accessories to him, so it's not too bad. And that's the last one for Series 2. They only did 3. Now, in Series 3, you got the God Gundam. And look, all gray hands. Ooh, look at that. They did it. Ooh. But it is very well painted on the front. Black, not on the back. But on the front, it looks good. It misses black here and here, but it's pretty colorful. And the head, it's okay. It kind of looks like he's squinting a little bit. It's got the twitch going on. And opening wings. So maybe that's why he comes with so little for accessories. He has the burning. Did I call him the God Gundam? No, this is the burning Gundam because it's North America and we can't use the word God. So you gotta say burning finger. And I love that hand. I love that color. It does look burning, like molten magma. And they even give us an interchangeable chest piece. And look, they painted the center there. That's cool. And you can just put it in so it looks like it's opening. Yep. Not too bad, but very minimal accessories. The ring would have been nice, but I guess they figured the backpack's a little too much. It's probably expensive. And you also notice by Series 3, no paint in any of the joints. Series 1, it was back and front. Series 2, it was just the front. And then Series 3, it was nothing. No joints for you. And the final one in the entire line, it's kind of fitting, I guess. It's the unicorn. And they did a decent job with the actual pink. It's not metallic, it's just kind of... actually, it is a... I think it does have a hint of metallic to it. I could be wrong, but it does look like it. Only on the front. He's very white. He's unicorn mode on the back and destroyer mode on the front. And they did a pretty good job on the head. It's a little off, but I mean, for the most part, weirdly enough, as I said before, I was wrong, because they did paint the front of the elbow and the knee on this one. So I guess God Gundam just got the short end of the stick for the joints. That's too bad. And he has the shield. Needs the gray in the center. It looks weird without it. And it comes with the beam magnum. And then finally, the gummiest, the gooeyest beam saber you'll ever see. Look at that, it's like toffee, you can really chew on it. That's I mean, it's pretty thin. If it wasn't so thin, it wouldn't be so bad. But yeah, it's very droopy. And that's the entire line of Gundam Infinity figures that I own. I'm probably not going to find the Death Scythe, the Wing, or the Barbatos, but I think I have what I need. $5 a piece, I think it's like, what, $55 in total for all these. That really isn't much. Once again, $15 to $25 online. $5, what can you get for $5? You really can't get much for $5 in terms of Gundam figures. So if you find them in a Dollarama or whatever dollar store you may have, give them a try at least.